Just a quick video on these because it's going to be better if I describe them. 303-666-9020. They are TJ 44s. One is out of a Rubicon and one is out of a regular TJ Dana 44. It doesn't really matter. They're the same 44s that they did in those, minus some of them had disc brakes. Yes, you can convert them, but honestly, unless you have a donor axle, it's easier just to leave them alone. Plus, they're more than adequate as they sit. Now, these were just fully rebuilt. I didn't have this one painted yet, and I need to touch up on this one. This one has a truss on it. We just put the truss on it. That's something we did, or I had the shop do it. And they also rebuilt them with 488 gears. That's got the Rubicon E-locker in the front of it, which you can plumb in fairly easy. And then this guy has got a Spartan locker in the back. And again, 488 gears. So the brake parts are not on this. We can put them on. We can dress these things. I can paint them, get it all cleaned up for you. Not a big deal. You just let us know. Otherwise, if you're replacing a 30, all your 30 parts will work on these all the way from the knuckles out. That's the difference on those axles, okay? And then, again, this guy here. So the front's kind of the weak point. It's not weak. It's a nice axle. But 44s, so that truss really reinforces that and really builds it up to what you need to be, because the tubes, if you don't know what these 44s kind of are, essentially the 44, and this, I'm not talking about the rear. The rear is a totally different beast than like a 35. But the rear, the front 44 has got a really big midsection. That's that differential there itself. The tubes that come out of it are the same tubes that are on 30. So your weak spot, of course, is going to be anything that's going into that diff and then outward. So, and again, to reinforce that, you can do a lot more than we did. We just trussed it. You can sleeve them, gusset them. There's a lot more stuff you can do to even get them even stronger. And if you go to all that, yeah, you'd be very pressed to do, you know, to bend or break that thing. And really, where it's sitting right now is dang strong. What's going to bend right now if you ever curb check something really hard, and that's really why a sleeve, or more so a gusset on the end of those things, would be helpful. And we can do that too, but I just wanted to get something tasty out there, a little bit more in stock. These were for just 410s that came in that were good. And so I wanted a set of them. We usually sell these pairs. So this is a set of axles that can bolt directly into a TJ, an LJ. And if you have an XJ and you're wanting to set up with a 4-link, that guy would work. Otherwise, you could use that in one, but you'd have to lop off all the brackets and put leaf spring perches on. Again, not hard to do. We could even do that for you. And you could get those, that would bolt in, because that's a direct swap for a front end on an XJ. Very easy to put into a ZJ, and then a Comanche, of course. So, and yeah, I would separate them, but here's the value, guys. These things, the 44s here, this is worth some money, right? Especially with the 488s in it. But the front's what everybody wants. So if somebody wants the rear, and you know, we'll sell to you the rear, and then I can sell the front, no problem. I'd rather just sell them as a pair. If you need a set built, I can build them too. And you can see our axles out here. Most of these are cores that I have in this area here, meaning that we can pull from this pile parts if they're, you know, some of these might be bent. We haven't marked if they're bent. Some of them might be good. They just, you know, like that one there is a good front for a YJ. We just needed internals out of them. We had a few of them, so we did that. But a lot of good parts out here. And yes, we do part these things down to nothing and sell and ship. A lot of that stuff goes international. There's some goodies in this pile though, for sure. But if you need a pair built, or a one built, or, you know, front or rear built, like I said, a set, we can do that way. Now, if you're looking just for a good plain Jane used axle that's ready to go, that's not rebuilt, but, you know, bolt in ready, fill it up with fluid and go. You probably can't see it, but you can check it look at our YouTube. We have a whole bunch of other videos up. And there's a rack back there. I'm about to move it. And it's got about 300 axles. Those were all axles that were inspected. So we pull the covers off, we drain them, we check backlash, we check, you know, we check everything. The only thing we don't replace on them is bearings and seals on the used stuff. Now we can go in and do that. We'd call a light rebuild, as long as the ring and pinion are, you know, and obviously they're sitting over there, so they are good. There's not a reason to do that. I would say our used axles, just use them. You know, maybe throw some seals in it if you really want to, or you have it at a shop, might as well. But as far as bearings go, you know, Dana or Timken or National, SKP, almost all those kind of bearings are in those things, and they're really needed to go through them. And then, of course, this is our lot, which again is getting moved. We have 7 acres out here, rust-free. A lot of these still have axles under them, so a lot of WJs, a lot of XJs, and then our line over here is our Wranglers. Our Wranglers usually come apart in about 3 weeks. XJs typically take about 2 months just because they're unibody. Comanches, we have a few of those. Those come apart really quickly, but I've been selling these whole. And then of course we have WJs and ZJs back here, a couple WKs, not too many. And then maybe a few JKs, not a lot of those either, okay? A couple Liberties. So we have axles for everything. Look, there's even a Patriot out here. It's got like 20K, and then that's what happened to it. So anyway, bread and butter is our Wranglers, CJs, Comanches, Cherokees, ZJs, WJs, that kind of stuff, okay? But if you need anything, give us a holler, 303-666-9020. Again, this ad is more or less for those 44s I got back there. It's the only set I have at the moment, and really I don't get those very often just because Rubicons are really hard to find. And that is not the motor I was looking for another customer. So, okay, it is freezing out. It's supposed to snow again tomorrow, which is a bummer. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to shoot me an email, or if it's a concern, just mail it to me. No, I'm just kidding. Now we have good, check us out on the web. Reviews speak volumes for people, and I think ours speak for themselves. So trying to think, I got lost in train of thought. All right, 303-666-9020. Have a great day.